sure you're on. Wait. Oh, you need to go to medical? Do you want me to take you to medical? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. No.
The footage you just saw was taken at the exact moment this woman realized that the police finally knew what happened to her missing 5-year-old daughter. Her life is about to change forever. The co-worker riding in the car with her had no way of knowing just how desperate Brianna had become, and what she did next would likely change his life as well.
No. Fuck.
The majority of the following footage has never been seen before. Police became involved in the situation after 27-year-old Brianna Williams made this 911 call around 7 a.m. on November 6, 2019.
What's going on?
I do not know where my daughter is.
Did she run away?
No.
Where was she last seen?
She was here with me.
What was she wearing?
A purple shirt and like pink pajamas, like a t-shirt. She was
The pants were pink?
Say again?
Okay, just stay on the line with me. Do you know where she could have gone?
No.
Have you checked?
Like, she just came home. I just picked her up on Halloween night. She was with my mom in Alabama.
Okay, have you checked the house?
Yes.
Okay. Did she have a favorite hiding spot in the house? Like under the bed?
I checked under there.
Okay, let's check again. Go to her bedroom. Let's check her closet. Nobody else in the house has seen her?
No, it's just me and her.
All right, are you in her room? Okay. Check under her bed again.
This entire interaction was odd, but thankfully, officers soon arrived on scene and were able to begin trying to piece together what exactly was going on.
You call, ma'am? Okay, is this your address here? Okay, hey, tell what's happened.
I woke up this morning and started getting ready for work.
Cancel that.
She wasn't in her room.
Okay. Have you had any problems with anybody? Okay. Anything unusual? Okay. Do you live by yourself?
She's there first.
Okay. The father of the child?
No.
He's not in her life?
Mr.
Okay. I'm sorry, father of the child is not.
He's in Alabama.
He's here?
Alabama?
He's in Alabama. Okay, so any problems with anyone else as far as any custody dispute between you and him? No? Okay. All right. Has she done this before as far as anything like try to leave or get out or mess with locks or anything like that? Okay. Show me which door was locked real quick. Or unlocked. Was it the back door? Okay.
You recently moved in or?
Yes.
Okay. When did you move in?
Like, I started moving stuff. Well, I signed a lease back in June, but the place kept getting broken.
693.
So I didn't want to move here, but the guy was like, leaving it vacant. He was putting in at risk.
Okay, when did you actually move in? In June? Or?
No, like a week ago, a few days ago.
Okay. Today's Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. Did you move in, let's say, over the weekend?
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, Brianna and Taylor had only moved in 3 days ago on November 3rd. Apparently, since June, Brianna had been paying rent on 2 properties, this house and an apartment across town. Police would get into the details of why she would want to do this later, because as you can see, she seemed more interested in her phone.
So you said she does not go to school?
She does not go to school.
And we last saw her at midnight?
When she put her to bed. Who normally takes care of her when you're not available?
Well, I'm not. She's with my mom.
Where's your mom at?
In Alabama.
Well, I'm just saying, because she's not in school, like daycare-wise. Where she go? Or...
Oh, she was with my mom. I just picked her up on Halloween.
Okay.
Halloween was actually a week ago, so she didn't exactly just pick her up.
Grandma. What's the dad's name?
Marius Tate.
Officers managed to get Brianna off her phone long enough for her to share contact details for Taylor's grandmother and biological father. Both Taylor's grandmother and biological father would need to be followed up with, but right now, the focus was kept local. Law enforcement from all over the city started to arrive on Ivy Street as several of the first responders searched the house. While they didn't find any obvious evidence, they definitely noticed a few things out of place.
It's kind of odd with her.
That's more than one. She got that
Right. There's more than one gun out.
So the guns were out?
Yes. The way you see them right now, there's guns that are out.
Okay.
There's a shotgun out, there's a pistol out, and then there's an empty holster on the kitchen area.
Taylor's bed, a pair of slippers, and an open box of crackers were found in one of the bedrooms. Her jacket and backpack were in the kitchen, next to a pack of unopened air fresheners. Besides this, though, there was nothing. No toys, no drawings, no family photos. The police likely had to wonder if this was just a reflection of the recent move, or possibly something more sinister. When looking closely at Taylor's bed, police noticed a reddish-brown substance on the side of the plastic headboard. A similar stain was found on the bedroom door. Fearing it could be blood, they did a quick field test called hemodent, which tests for the presence of mammal blood. The result was negative, but the officers would keep the stain in mind as the investigation continued. Investigators looked through every inch of the house, but didn't find the little girl. Besides being unlocked, the back door showed no signs of forced entry or other damage. Back outside with Brianna, the officers thought of another place to search.
Is this your vehicle? Okay, can you open it up for me? Does she have a favorite toy or anything like that she normally takes with her? Mr. Bear?
Bam. You have a recent picture of it?
There were more signs of the little girl in the car than inside the house, including a pink unicorn in the back seat. Something about the car, though, made the officer pause. For some reason, the officer felt the need to give the car a sniff test. When looking inside, police also found some cleaning products and a pair of women's sneakers covered in plant matter. They also might have noticed that while the body of the car was cluttered, the trunk was almost perfectly tidy. Unfortunately, the police wouldn't know the significance of this until a more in-depth search of the car was conducted. For now, it was as if Taylor had simply vanished into thin air.
All units be on the lookout for Taylor Rose Williams. Bravo Foxtrot, approximately 3 foot in height, 50 pounds. She was wearing a pink and purple t-shirt.
Determined to find Taylor, the police launched a neighborhood-wide search effort. Ivy Street, as well as multiple adjacent roads, were taped off. K-9 units were deployed to track Taylor's scent, but were unsuccessful. Even a helicopter was used to canvass the area, with an equally frustrating lack of results. An Amber Alert was sent out, asking people to be on the lookout for Taylor. Unfortunately, the first attempt used the wrong name, claiming that the missing child was named Brianna. This was corrected in a subsequent alert.
This is a picture of the young lady.
You remember seeing a little girl here?
Never seen him.
Never seen her.
I saw him the other day, but I never seen a kid. I've
Never saw a
seen
kid.
a little girl. But
Huh.
All trash pickup was halted for the neighborhood. Any refuse that had already been removed was recovered from the trucks and spread out for police to comb through. This would eventually provide the most promising lead, but it was just going to take time and a strong stomach to find it. It would take quite a while for officers to find anything of substance as they canvassed the neighborhood, though. So for the time being, the investigation proceeded in other directions, too. Brianna was brought in for an interview, and police hoped she could give them a better idea of how her 5-year-old daughter managed to apparently drop off the face of the earth. The following footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor, a former detective, licensed polygraph examiner and former hostage negotiation commander and instructor, and a certified crime scene investigator, certified instructor for the State of Florida Commission on Criminal Justice Standards, and a graduate in crime scene investigations for violent crimes. Almost immediately, it looks like she gets comfortable, as if she's ready for a nap. Her daughter has been missing for hours, yet she doesn't appear panicked. Frequently, when a child is missing, a lot of officers' efforts have to go towards calming a parent down. But clearly that wasn't the case here. This was just the beginning of Brianna's strange behavior. After almost 45 minutes, detectives arrived to speak with Brianna, disrupting her apparently peaceful slumber.
Hey, Brianna. We're back again. You all right? You need anything? Water or anything? You okay? You need to go to the restroom or anything? You good? You sure? All right. I'm sorry we had to meet under these stressful circumstances. I'm going to, Officer Whitaker's with our missing persons unit, right? Well, based on the investigation, the age of your child, and everything going on, I'm also a detective, but I'm assigned to our cold case unit, which also I'm part of the CART team, which is the Child Abduction Response Team. So, and I don't want to stress you out on that. Listen to me. Look, I just want to explain what I do, all right, and what resources, okay? I mean, Missing Persons is doing an outstanding job. We can extend a little bit more than that, okay? And we have a little bit more specialty on that. So that's how I get involved, because we don't know what happened, okay? We don't know what's going on. We don't know after she left out of the house what happened to her. So this could be a criminal investigation. You understand what I'm saying, hon? Look at me. Listen to me, okay? We're doing everything we can. We got everybody out there looking for her, okay? We've got everything going, but I want to make sure we cover everything.
As detectives continued to speak with Brianna, officers worked relentlessly and spoke with the residents in the vicinity.
Something going wrong?
She's missing. The little girl supposedly that lives here is missing. Do you remember seeing a little girl here?
I've never seen her.
Never seen her. You're the second person that said that. So. And how long have they lived there, you said, do you think? Just to estimate, a week, month?
I've seen her coming and going. I've never seen her physically, but I see the car here coming and going. Like this whole weekend that passed, nobody was here. That car was not here.
This whole
that car just got here at least like 2 days ago, if that.
Right.
Morning. Sorry to bother you. Hey, we're looking for a little girl. Have you seen a 5-year-old wearing pink and purple, short fro?
Never seen her before.
No, I don't think I've seen her at all.
After these introductions, Brianna was read her Miranda rights, though she wasn't under arrest.
Okay, so Brianna, like I said, we were going to talk to a lot of people today, and let's just start from the very beginning. Okay?
So my alarm,
you got to speak a little bit louder so we can hear you.
My alarm went off at 5:30, and I got up like around maybe like a little before 6. And then I just went on here and started getting dressed because it's just me and Taylor in the house. She gets up, even if we're not going anywhere, she's like, where we're going, like, okay. So I didn't even bother, mess with her because I know eventually she's going to get up and start getting dressed. And then I went over to the kitchen, and then I noticed that the back door was open. I'm like, we're not open, but it was unlocked. I'm like, why is the back door unlocked? And that's when I went to her room, and she wasn't in there.
As the officers continued their interviews, one of the residents had curious information to share.
He left out of here about 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. And right when they started putting up the tape and all.
That's the black male?
Yep. He's in his about 20s or 30s, maybe late. He's been living here by himself. And this place is a mess.
Black male 20-ish?
Probably about 28. But yeah, this place is a mess.
The officer ran a background check on this suspicious individual who lived near the house where Brianna and Taylor just moved. As this was happening, investigators continued to gather more information from Brianna.
It was almost 7 o'clock.
Okay. So then you went into her room and you saw that.
She wasn't in her bed. I looked under, well, she got like a little baby bed, so she can't really fit underneath it, but I looked underneath there anyway. I checked her closet. Then I went in my room and looked underneath my bed. I know she wanted to come in my room. Like she's very well mannered. Like she'll knock or ask to come in.
Okay.
And I checked in my bathroom. I checked my closet. She wasn't in there. So then I just started checking the cabinets, and she wasn't in there either. Like, okay, I'm gonna go outside. And I checked my car just to be, be sure that, you know, I definitely didn't leave her in the freaking car.
Okay.
So I looked underneath the car. She wasn't there either.
Note that there's no real emotion in Brianna's voice as she talks about looking for her child.
Okay, and then what?
And then I called 911.
Okay.
I can't find her.
Okay. What time did you see her before then?
It was like around midnight.
Brianna said that Taylor put herself to bed around midnight. While this wasn't impossible, the late hour and Taylor's alleged independence likely struck investigators as unusual given her age. However, this was nothing compared to the strange turn Brianna's story took next.
Did you check on her prior to you going to sleep?
No.
Okay, so you assume that she was asleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear any noise coming from her room or anything like that?
Not from her room, but there were like, I can't even explain it. Like, there were like when you're dragging something or you moving something, like, but it was coming from upstairs. And either way, like, I'll just grab my gun and, you know, walk around to make sure, you know, okay, there's nobody in here.
Coming from upstairs of the house that you're in?
And there are no stairs. That's the part that I didn't understand, but it definitely sounded like it was coming from the roof.
Okay. Did you wake up hearing this noise?
Yes. Like the little, whatever noise it was, it sounded like it changes. Like sometimes I can hear like near where I sleep. Sometimes it's like back towards the kitchen area.
Okay. And it sounded like dragging noise?
Yes, it's like somebody's moving something or walking.
So you said you grabbed your gun. So you have a gun?
I grabbed my gun and then.
Did you check the house?
Yes, I walk around the open spaces that I know, you know, people can come in through. And I didn't see anything.
Did you go outside and check?
I didn't go outside.
Okay, so you just checked around the house?
Yeah.
Did you go in your daughter's room at that time and look in?
No.
Okay.
Brianna said that she didn't see anything amiss when she searched the house and that all the doors were still locked. Still, if she was alarmed enough to arm herself before walking through the house, it makes no sense that she wouldn't take a few seconds to check on her sleeping child. Some of the officers and residents shared a similar sentiment.
I hope they exhausted the parental angle. You know what I'm saying?
Knocking on every door we can.
What kind? Okay, now she was missing since midnight.
Yeah, purple PJs on. The back door was probably open.
What mother don't check on the child? My son and grandson stay with us, and my son is 36. As a habit, I go right past the room to make sure he's still breathing.
Right.
So, if you heard the noise, why did you say you didn't go into her room?
Because I had a gun. I didn't want to go up in there again. She got bars on her window, so I just was like, you can't get in there.
You said you don't like guns around her, but are they laid out like that? So she's
not normally. Like when she sleep, then yes, I pull them out because, like I said, like the place been broken into, so I sleep with my guns like right there.
Police left the matter alone for the time being and switched to a different topic. Once again, though, the conversation didn't go as they were likely expecting.
What do you think happened this morning?
I don't know.
Where do you think she's at?
I have no clue because she wouldn't leave. And I don't even know, like, did they find Mr. Bear? Because she wouldn't go anywhere without that thing.
What?
This little pink teddy bear, she calls him Mr. Bear.
The Mr. Bear angle was potentially helpful, as it was something the searchers could keep a lookout for. By this point, police were likely realizing that something was seriously wrong. What that was exactly remained to be seen.
Where were you staying prior to this address?
The Southside address.
And how long did you live at the Southside address?
We were there for like a year and a half.
Okay. And why were you moving?
Because I wanted to move to a different area. Like, I always do this. I did this in Virginia. Like, I lived in Norfolk, then, like, a year later, I moved to Virginia Beach.
Okay.
It's out of habit. I just like to move.
So when was your lease up at the Southside address?
In May.
So your lease was up in May, but you were still living there?
Yes. It was up. It went to month to month. Because I was supposed to put in a notice. They wanted a 60-day notice, and I kept forgetting to put it in.
Brianna also said that as she was preparing to move to the house on Ivy Street, a large problem with the residents became evident.
Because I was actually like trying to prepare to move out, and I went back like around the 4th of July.
To which?
Like to the Ivy place, and that's when I saw like the back door was open, and like somebody had moved the refrigerator outside. So I called the property manager because I thought maybe, he was like renovating or something. He didn't tell me. But he was like, no. So he went ahead and changed the locks.
So for 6 months, you had 2 residents.
Yes.
What 3 days ago made you need to move urgently if you were there if you had both places for 6 months?
That was the day that I actually was like able to find movers, because that was the whole issue. I was like, I didn't which company am I going to go for? I had been asking around. It was like, just ask people from work. It's like, no, I don't want to ask people.
But you found someone from Craigslist, right?
Yes.
Which you say you do everything from Craigslist. A lot of
majority,
things. So why hadn't you done that 6 months ago?
Just never crossed my mind.
Police would come to find that many things concerning the investigation didn't seem to cross her mind. What they would find when they searched her other residence, too, would leave them shocked.
So on Sunday, you get a hold of movers.
Yes.
Okay. Did they take everything?
Just the big things.
Why didn't you, if you were paying them, why didn't they take everything?
Oh, because it was last minute. I hadn't packed everything, like clothes and stuff. Most of the clothes and stuff are still there.
Okay. So what was the urgency? Why couldn't you wait to find a mover once you had everything packed up and ready to go so that you can move everything in one go round?
I didn't even think about that.
We're going to call the movers. We're going to call your mom, and we're going to verify some information. Okay. You know where this is going to lead to?
No.
Okay. So the movers, it was pretty abrupt. You needed to be out of that house that day, Sunday, according to the conversation that one of my partners had with the detective, with the movers. Mm-hmm. Okay. What was detective, what was the urgency?
It wasn't urgent.
According to the movers, it was, I had to be out today.
I didn't tell them that.
Okay. All right.
Nothing Brianna is saying is making sense, and it's hard to believe she would think the detective would believe her, but they don't confront her yet.
Anybody take care of the 5-year-old, of your daughter?
Here, no. Well, she was going to the CDC on base.
Okay.
So she kindergarten and the CDC.
When was the last time she was at CDC? I'm sorry if I'm asking you some questions.
Like May.
Last there in May?
June, yeah.
When police checked with the daycare on base, the administration office told them that Taylor had last been there on April 27th and was officially withdrawn shortly after. They also shared that Taylor had previously been in speech therapy. When police checked in with the therapist's office, they likely noticed a concerning pattern. Taylor had attended regularly for 13 weeks, but then never came back. After 2 no-show appointments, she was discharged from the system at the beginning of May.
And I understand she was in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, she was with my mom.
Okay. Your mom, who's your mom?
Carissa.
Carissa. And how long was she in Tuscaloosa? When did she go there?
That was off and on. She's been there pretty much all summer, actually.
So you went down there to pick her up and brought her back here for one day?
Over the weekend.
Because
it's only 7-8 hour drive. I used to drive from Virginia to Alabama over a weekend, and that's 17 hours. So.
Okay. So you bring her back on the 31st. How long was that visit?
That one was since the beginning of October.
So the full month she stayed in October with your mom, Carissa. And prior to you dropping her down there October 1st, or the first part of October, when was the last time she was there before then?
Like the first week of September, she was here.
Mm-hmm.
I think whenever the storm hit.
Would your mom be able to tell us what days when she last saw your daughter? I think we have her number, right?
Yeah.
So if we call her, she's going to say that she saw her in the month of August.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brianna had no way to know that the police had already spoken with her mother, and they would confront her with what Carissa told them soon enough.
Okay, so when she was here with you, during the weeks or weekends and you had to work, who was watching her?
Oh, no, like when she was here, like those days that I'm off. So no one is watching her besides me.
So since you've gotten back on the 31st, you have not been to work?
No,
okay.
I'm still on leave.
You're
on leave until this morning.
How long have you been on leave?
It's been since October the 29th or the 30th. The 28th? I'm not sure.
You would take her to your mom every time?
Yes, or I just leave her there. That's why. I was like, I couldn't, the back and forth, and I didn't want anybody else watching her. Like, I don't know people here like that.
But you were going to take her to the lady you met on Craigslist today to watch her. Okay.
When searching Brianna's phone, police had come across communications between her and the woman she'd found on Craigslist to watch Taylor. When police followed up with the woman, she told them that Brianna had texted her this morning to say her services wouldn't be needed after all. This was only one of the many discrepancies police would find in Brianna's story.
You said your hours changed, so did you change positions or your job title or what?
No, just the hours.
What is the norm? What is it supposed to be?
Oh, I don't know the rotation.
You don't know your rotation at work?
Not the duty hour rotation.
So you don't know. You couldn't tell me right now when you were going to be on call next?
If I had my planner, I could, but not no. My planner on my phone, put them in there.
So
I think Friday would be the next time I had duty because I was on leave. So.
Standing duty was part of Brianna's job as enlisted Navy personnel. This tended to be a 12-hour shift, once or twice a week. The fact that Brianna didn't know her duty schedule, especially since she claimed she would have had to arrange childcare whenever she was scheduled, was odd. However, this paled in comparison to what police were about to reveal.
They called your mom.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't seen your daughter since January.
Yeah, she has.
Okay, why would she say that?
October.
Why would she say that? This is Carissa. This is your mom.
That's my mom.
Why would she say that?
She would not say that.
In a subsequent interview, Carissa Williams repeated what she'd told investigators that day on the phone. The implications were spine-chilling. Please note that the police department made redactions to remove Taylor's name from the recording.
So you hadn't heard from her in 2 years, hadn't talked to her?
Prior up to that, yes.
So out of the blue, in 2 years, she called you in?
No, it didn't go quite like that.
Well, tell me how it went.
Yeah, I couldn't bring it in my personal business.
It's hard to imagine anything more personal than a missing grandchild, but Carissa still seemed reluctant to go into detail about what she knew.
I want you to understand the severity of what we're doing.
I know.
Okay?
Yeah.
And with me wanting you to understand the severity of what's going on is I don't care about anybody's personal life. We are going to find and whatever happens, whatever gets in the way between us finding, we're going to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a threat. That's a promise. Have you had any conversation with her about telling her commanding officer anything as far as you, if he calls you, that she was coming to get?
That's the part that I didn't get. That she did. This was just last week.
Tell me about that.
Now, she did call, whatever day that, I want to say it was Halloween. I want to say it was actually the day of Halloween.
So last Thursday, 31st.
Yes. She told me that if he called to tell him that she was down to pick me up from me for Halloween. Mind you, I haven't seen it in 2 years. So I'm thinking like, well, okay, she just met this new guy. Maybe she, took a little time out to go meet him or whatever. And she just used that lie to get away. But I couldn't tell you. She said, so I'm like, where is, matter of fact, I asked her that day. I said, well, what's doing? She said, oh, she in the back seat. So I'm like, okay, but she never did put the phone and say, hey, I never did say anything.
Police followed up with the man Carissa alleged Brianna had recently started seeing, particularly since Brianna hadn't mentioned him and in fact insisted that she didn't have a boyfriend. However, he didn't have much information to share. He was only vaguely aware that Brianna had a daughter and assumed that the little girl had been staying with her father when he and Brianna were together. When police checked with Taylor's father, Maurice, he hadn't seen the little girl lately either. All he could tell them was that the last time he did see her, at the funeral for Brianna's grandmother, he didn't think she was being fed enough, as she was very small. He added that he had a difficult time checking up on Taylor after that, though, as Brianna changed her phone number frequently. Maurice provided investigators with a DNA sample and said he was willing to assist in any way that he could. Back with Brianna's mother, Carissa told police that she'd previously watched Taylor for extended periods of time, but that ended when Brianna enrolled her in daycare on the naval base. The last time she'd seen the little girl in person was also at the funeral for Brianna's grandmother. Police weren't ready to believe Carissa just yet, however, due to some interesting evidence recovered from Brianna's phone.
I can tell you it's pinging at a tower in the vicinity of this area that it's pinging off of. What's throwing us for a loop right now is if she's living in Jacksonville, why is her phone pinging out now at all?
Despite this, Carissa swore that she hadn't seen Brianna or Taylor on Halloween. Police were still working on downloading the data from the GPS in Brianna's car to determine an exact route, so soon enough, they would know for sure who was telling the truth. The search of Brianna's phone turned up something else concerning too. Police found a text message conversation in which Brianna had told a former co-worker in Virginia that Taylor had become a nightmare, as she was, according to her, stealing food and misbehaving. In Alabama, Carissa was so adamant of her innocence that she got Brianna's father, Wayne, on the phone to join the discussion and brainstorm what might be going on.
I don't understand why she would even lie and say that she was picked up from me. Man, she lied on me. I never been in trouble a day in my life.
She is lying. She's trying to cover up something. Not sure what it is. She is lying.
But you have no idea what she's trying to cover up, though.
I have no idea what she's trying to cover up. That's the one thing I don't know.
Someone was lying, but whether it was Brianna or Carissa was yet to be determined, as was the exact reason of why. Investigators would follow up on the Alabama lead, but as promised, also caught up with the movers Brianna had hired on Craigslist. They had nothing reassuring to say either.
They never saw your daughter. They never saw you put her in the car. They never saw her at the other house. They never saw her. Why is that?
I didn't want them to see her.
Why not?
Because I don't know them like that.
Well, I mean, you're not introducing me to her, but how did you leave her at the house on Southside and then go to Ivy without her? They never saw her. They never saw you put her in the car. So what happened?
Nothing happened.
Well, where was your daughter?
She was with me.
She wasn't with you.
Yeah, she was.
The two movers are saying that they never saw. They heard water running and you said that she was in there, but they never saw her.
If what the movers were saying was true, it seemed like Taylor hadn't been at either of Brianna's residences. Carissa said she hadn't seen the girl in 2 years, and the child care records on the Navy base showed that Taylor's attendance became spotty throughout the month of April, and she was officially withdrawn back in May, around 6 months before she was reported missing. A new horrifying question was quickly coming to the forefront of the investigation. When was the last time anyone besides Brianna had seen Taylor? Shockingly, the little girl's mother wasn't inclined to help answer this question.
I'm done with this. I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I am done because you're lying to me now. So
how am I lying to you? I'm not lying to you.
You just said that my mom. I literally picked my mom. I mean, not my mom.
I'm just telling you what my partner said, and I'd like to explain to you, but
I don't know where to get that from because I literally went down there.
Do you want to talk
Halloween night?
Do you want to talk to the detectives I spoke with her and then get that? Find out what the information they gave?
I'm done with this because I don't know where this is going, but no. Like, it's the second time this has happened. Like, some other lady was, like, saying stuff that I didn't even say. Like, she was twisting my words. Like, no.
Brianna has no idea that her odd behavior was quickly becoming the least of the police's concern as they were searching her apartment at that very moment. Just like they'd done at Ivy Street, police canvassed the area and talked to Brianna's neighbors. Disturbingly, very few of them recalled ever seeing a little girl. One man who did, named Carlos Johnson, said he found Taylor roaming the apartment complex unaccompanied back on April 17, 2019, looking for her mother. He took her home only to find her wandering the parking lot again a few days later. Carlos said that Taylor didn't appear frightened or distressed, like the situation was familiar to her. He also told police that he would see her waving at him from her window at times when Brianna's car was gone, suggesting to him that the little girl was alone. If police thought this was bad, then they must have been horrified when they entered the apartment itself. From the outside, Brianna's apartment was unassuming and looked just like any of the others in the complex, but as soon as the door was open, it was clear that something awful had happened inside. The entryway to the apartment was filled with trash, as was the kitchen. It was so cluttered with random items and refuse that it was nearly unusable. The living room was not in any better condition, having been taken over by a heaping mountain of trash and personal belongings. It seemed no effort had been made to separate the two categories. There were children's toys and clothing included in the mess, most stained with what appeared to be feces. One of the toys in particular probably stood out to police, thanks to Brianna's description. A pink stuffed animal was found in the mountain of refuse, possibly Mr. Bear. The toy Brianna said Taylor refused to go anywhere without. Police would face a heartbreaking reason why Mr. Bear was there as they searched more of the apartment. Bleach and urine remover, along with more air fresheners, were also found in the apartment. If police thought the living room and kitchen were in bad condition, they were in for a shock when they entered the master bedroom. Police had to move more trash and soiled belongings to even gain entry into the room. The carpet was encrusted with filth, which appeared to include more human waste. When they opened the closet, the situation changed from merely disgusting to horrific.
Just want clarity later, but not. It's a late day. I just want my baby home,
and that's what we're trying to do.
Well, the whole thing, because there's no way my mom would tell you she hadn't seen her since January. Like what?
And that's why I'm asking you. Okay. Do you want to continue to talk to us about what's going on?
I do not right now. No, like this is going too far. Like my grandma.
Okay, so you don't want to answer any questions as to the whereabouts of your daughter.
I don't know where she is.
And I'm trying to get the background. Yes or no?
I've told you everything that I know. Like, I don't know.
But you don't want to answer any more questions?
My mom is on her way here now. My mom is on her way here now.
Okay. Do you want to answer any?
If you want to talk to her when she gets here, you can talk to her when she gets here.
But you don't want to talk to us anymore?
I do not want to talk to her.
Okay.
I need to call my job.
Well, we'll take care of that for you. Do you need anything like a bathroom or water or anything like that?
I need to talk to legal. Because I was going to talk to them about the lease.
Okay, do you need water? Do you need a bathroom or anything like that right now? If you need anything, knock on the door.
The detectives would revisit Brianna in a bit, but went to check in on other aspects of the investigation. By this time, it was no longer just the Jacksonville police involved in the search. They'd been joined by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department, the Alabama Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and even the Naval Criminal Investigation Service, or NCIS. Additionally, the neighborhood canvass around Ivy Street continued the whole time Brianna was at the police station. Just before 10:30 p.m., officers in the area ran into a surprise visitor.
What's your relation?
My father.
Her father.
Taylor's grandfather.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second.
In short,
And the sergeant really, we don't have much to say right now. If you want, you can go down that way, towards the command post, and let them know your relation. But they don't have any information.
I can't tell where she is.
Back at the police department, Brianna was still in the interrogation room. If she was worried about her daughter or even concerned about what police might find when searching her apartment, she did a fantastic job of hiding it. She was left waiting but found a few ways to help pass the time, including fixing her nails, redoing her hair, and going to sleep. 4 more hours went by, during which Brianna again attempted to get some sleep in the interrogation room.
Why am I still in here?
I'll get some answers for you. You're just gonna have to need your patience for now. We're all kind of sitting around and working diligently. We're not really sitting around doing nothing, but I'll get some answers for you. Okay?
My commandos?
Yes, I do believe so.
I've been here all day.
I know. Just be patient with us, please.
Unluckily, when a fresh set of detectives came in, it seemed 8 hours of timeout hadn't made Brianna any more cooperative.
Hey, Ms. Williams. Hey, I'm just Deborah. It's Detective Deborah. A couple things we need to go over with you real quick. You're gonna be free to go. However, you're not gonna be able to go back to Ivy Street or South Side tonight, and we still have your phone. So who do you need to contact, or can we take you somewhere, or what do you what's the best option for you?
I can get a room, but my wallet is at Ivy.
Brianna never came up with any options of her own, so the police called her command, who sent a petty officer from the base to come pick her up. Notably, over a total of more than 11 hours spent at the police station, Brianna never once asked for an update on the search for her daughter. When Brianna's mother Carissa heard about her daughter's lack of cooperation, she was perplexed.
Why wouldn't she want to talk when her is missing?
You know her better than I do.
Because some of the things, a lot of, well, I can't even say some of the things, a lot of the things just not adding up to me.
We can agree on that.
Investigators also asked Carissa some questions about Brianna's personality in general to see if it would help make sense of her odd behavior.
How is she? Is she like an emotional person?
Do she shut down if she feel like it's getting too much for her?
No, I'm just saying if something traumatic happened, is she one that's going to show emotions? Use an example of your mama's funeral. How was she doing that?
Well, she didn't cry.
No, she didn't cry?
No.
Brianna was reportedly very close to her maternal grandmother, who had raised Brianna for a large portion of her childhood. The fact that Brianna did not express grief at the time of her death may have stood out to police as eerily similar to her behavior in the interrogation room. Investigators also learned that Brianna was known to visit her grandmother's gravesite in Alabama regularly. So regularly, in fact, that more than one friend suggested the police search that area for Taylor too. And that's exactly what they did. Over the next week, the search expanded from Jacksonville, Florida to the area surrounding Linden, Alabama. Before Carissa's interview concluded, police had one last question for her, probably the hardest one yet.
If she did something by accident, would she tell you?
I'm not sure. That's why I wanted to talk to her.
The investigation continued on for the rest of the week. The mounting evidence police collected was far from reassuring. None of it, however, led them to Taylor. Growing desperate, police decided to try talking to Brianna a different way. Since Brianna's father, Wayne, had been cooperative so far, detectives asked them to make a controlled call to Brianna to see if he could learn anything. It didn't go well.
Yeah, I've been thinking, and I was wondering, is there anything you can do? Anything you remember? That anybody look wrong or anything? You know somebody that might have?
Everything I know.
They know everything with your phone?
I mean, even other than that, but they know everything I know.
Okay. What's in your phone? Sometimes, like, what would help us?
I don't have anything extra.
Like,
They
what?
literally have everything.
Like, what we need to find? So I'm saying, if you tell me that, I can call them. See what I'm saying? I still got to take the number down, check the K number. I can call him and tell him what to look for in your phone.
But how am I supposed to know what to look for on my phone?
Yeah, but I thought.
Hey, I don't want to talk about this right now. I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, I don't know what else to tell y'all. Y'all keep calling me and asking me the same questions over and over again. Like, trust me.
Brianna's annoyance raises a host of red flags. What she did next, though, stood out the most.
You said everything's in your phone, but what else can it do to find?
Look, I don't know.
Yeah, but shut up on me. I can't believe she hung up on me.
Police had better luck when they recruited two of Brianna's closest friends, Chelsea and Dorielle, to also try and make a controlled call.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
You just been resting today?
Yeah, I'm going to well. Go by the water.
Chief said anything to you today?
No. He called and asked if I needed something from the commissary, but that was it.
You ain't talked to your dad or nobody today?
No. Yeah? No.
Did he go back?
Yeah.
Is your mama gonna come down?
I have no clue.
You're so quiet. You miss us already?
No.
You don't miss us?
That messed up, bro.
Just because you mad. Lord, I'm gonna put it down now.
Anything been on your mind today? You had anything on your mind today?
No.
With Taylor's disappearance so fresh in everyone's minds, there had to be a reason that the case wasn't weighing on Brianna. As was becoming typical, she didn't seem inclined to share what that reason was.
Like, ain't no, like, coverage on Taylor no more. Like, everything that kind of, like, died down. Like, we, like, super kind of nervous that they just count them in the, like people didn't forgot. Like, basically, they just, like, they moving on in the world. And
what? They just gonna forget her?
We need you to say something because, like, that's the only thing I feel like that'll bring, like, some light back to her story. Some.
Well, we really just want to know just what's going on. We still, like, you know, we're going to be there for you. We want to be there, so we want to know what's going on for that closure.
I don't even know what's going on.
You ain't heard nothing?
No, like nobody talks to me. Like the only time somebody call for me is like, oh, what y'all doing? I'm doing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure my chief is doing it to make sure I'm not ending off myself because he calls like very randomly. People coming knocking on the door like, oh, you're not who I'm looking for. Bro, you know what room this is. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Especially you're the CDO too. Like, you're the, the duty person.
Yeah.
I know why you're here. Don't act like, you just popping up here.
Time would soon reveal that the Navy command had been more on top of things than anyone could have imagined. Brianna's co-workers weren't the only ones who'd been attempting to check up on her.
Did your mama come down there? Because she had told us that, she had told your daddy that she was coming down yesterday.
She been coming since Wednesday.
I was about to say she's been coming there since the day that it happened.
But like she just
I've given up on her. Like, I don't know what the hell going on with my mom.
I think you might need to ask her, like, why y'all's story is different. Like, why you saying that if she, she really was here? Why, like, what that's about? You need to ask her that.
Good, you think I'm gonna get a true answer after all this?
I don't know, but you don't want to at least want to know why she's saying that?
Like, what is her reason?
I mean, I do, but do y'all really believe she's gonna tell the truth? She hasn't told the truth yet.
I don't know what her reasoning is for this, to keep the lie going for so long. Because,
I mean, it's too late now. She can't backtrack.
Chelsea and Doriel then asked Brianna about the possibility of there being evidence in the apartment she left when she moved to the house on Ivy Street.
Do you think it's something maybe in the old apartment that they'll find that'll help? Like,
no.
Figures?
Because if they did, they would have found it. Remember, they done closed out both of them. They've been closed out for, 3 days, 4 days, almost a week.
Police had, in fact, found shocking evidence in Brianna's apartment, specifically the bedroom closet. Brianna had to have guessed what they'd found, but still chose to remain silent on the matter.
So, Brianna, you hadn't thought about, like, her just being out there by herself? You know she's scared of everything. Like, that, you don't think about that?
Girl, I don't want to think about that right now.
I mean, well, I've been thinking about it.
Okay, then don't think about that.
It's cold. That's kind of why I think I can't sleep knowing that it's, and you know how innocent she was. Like, she really cling to the people she know. I think that's why it's eating me up so much.
Hauntingly, Brianna's only response was silence.
If he think it's a good idea, would you be okay talking to detectives again?
Yes.
Yes. The same ones, or you want some new ones?
Oh, hell no, not that lady.
Okay, bruh, that's what I was going to ask you, man.
I'm talking to that lady.
Based on Brianna's lack of cooperation and some other concerning evidence that would be addressed soon, police decided to place her under round-the-clock surveillance. It didn't take long for this to pay off. Early on November 11th, just 5 days after Taylor went missing, Brianna was seen donating some of Taylor's belongings. This included stuffed animals, clothes, and even some unopened packages of toys. Around the same time, the efforts of all the officers digging through countless heaps of trash finally paid off. They stumbled upon a box addressed to Brianna, along with certificates from the Navy with her name on them. This wasn't what they were most interested in, however. Also in the trash were several notes from the daycare center on the Navy base, requesting a change of clothes and a toothbrush for Taylor. In the trash, police also found several art projects, which police assumed had been made by Taylor. One of the projects was a handmade card from Taylor to her mother. Why Brianna didn't want these items, especially when her daughter was missing, was a mystery. There was also still the issue of what was discovered in the closet in Brianna's apartment. To say it was disturbing would be a massive understatement. One of the first things investigators noticed was a foul odor emanating from the space. It was impossible to say if this was a result of more feces found inside or the mysterious stains covering the walls and carpets. It seems a minor effort had been made to control the smell by sprinkling baking soda on the rug. Police took multiple DNA swabs from the inside of the closet, collecting samples from the walls, floors, and each stain. It would take time to receive DNA results, so they also conducted a field test to determine if any of the stains were human blood. Dismayingly, while the swabs didn't immediately indicate blood, many of the stains on the walls reacted when sprayed with luminol. Fearing the worst, police opted to have a cadaver dog brought to the apartment. However, the smell of feces and trash was so overwhelming that the dog was unable to effectively alert. Police resorted to ripping out the carpet from the closet and taking it outside. In the fresh air, the dog was much more effective and alerted on the carpet right away, indicating that at least some of the stains came from human remains. This wasn't the only area that got a response. When cadaver dogs were brought to Brianna's car, they alerted in no less than 3 areas: the driver's seat, the rear seats, and trunk. When police took a closer look at the trunk of the car, they noticed that there was an unknown whitish residue on the interior. They also found a broken fingernail and an air freshener jammed into the trunk lid, which likely came from the package found in the Ivy Street house. The vehicle had a pervasive scent of cleaning chemicals. Despite the car wash, they also located some reddish dirt on the underside of the vehicle that matched the soil on the dirt road in Alabama. There was now no way to deny it. This was no longer a missing persons case, but rather an investigation into a death. Brianna's mother had feared this outcome all along.
I want your honest opinion on what you think is wrong.
Okay. To be honest, I think she flipped the switch.
What would wrong to make her flip the switch? Does she have a temper problem?
I never witnessed it.
Are you aware of it though, whether you witnessed it or not?
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware of it? Of her having a temper problem, even though you're saying you haven't witnessed it? Are you aware that she has one? What makes you think she flipped the switch?
So I would say just speaking with her dad. He just told me. No, he just said, she gets angry at like the simple things. He just asked her to tell his girlfriend thank you, and she got so mad that she just blocked him on all social media and completely stopped talking to him.
Police planned to place Brianna under arrest on November 12th, following a final gruesome discovery. The charges she faced at this time were child neglect and providing false information to law enforcement officials. Her chief was sent to pick her up on base and bring her to the police station for booking. However, no matter what he may have expected, what happens next is so shocking it must have shaken him to the core.
I hate watching bad news. Stuff like that on the news, and I hate going back and forth with it, with everything that's going on. But now they're saying that you're a person of interest now. Yeah. I mean, oh shit! Open the door. Oh shit! You all right? Should I have some napkins or something? You okay? Oh, shit. Yeah, take that. Oh, shit. I don't know why they were saying that. Let's take a sip.
It was quickly becoming obvious that something was wrong with Brianna, but the chief could not have possibly predicted how dire the situation was about to become.
I don't know why. I don't know why exactly they would say something like that. You need to go back to your room and lay down and everything. Say it again. Hey, you gotta say something. Say something. need to go to medical? Williams, are you okay? Williams, you need to go to medical? You want me to take you? Do you want me to take you to medical?
There was only so long the chief could wait for a coherent answer before he decided he needed to take action, and it wasn't a moment too soon, because what was coming would likely stay with him for the rest of his career, if not his life.
Sorry. Take it to the ER. All right. Oh, shit. You not no Williams. Talk to me, Williams. Talk to me.
Just minutes later, as the pair were en route to the hospital, the worst happened.
Faint pulse. Oh, shit. No. Oh, my God. Shit. Run it. Oh, shit. No, you're not gonna go. No. Fuck. Come on. You ain't going on me like that. Come on. Shot.
The chief arrived at the Navy base emergency room just moments after Brianna's massive seizure, and she was still deemed to be in critical condition. There was only so much the doctors could do without knowing what was wrong with her. Brianna slipped into a coma and was placed on life support. Her condition was determined to be unstable. While Brianna's fate was up in the air, elsewhere other questions pertaining to the investigation were finally being answered. Police finished downloading the GPS data from Brianna's car. It confirmed what they suspected based on her phone records, showing that she had made 3 back-and-forth trips to the Linden, Alabama area between October 31st and the very early hours of November 3rd. Police retrieved video of Brianna getting gas along the route she took, though it was impossible to tell if Taylor was in the car with her due to the vehicle's tinted windows. They also found evidence that Brianna had stopped at a car wash on November 4th. Security footage from the business didn't show anyone else in the car with her. Most significantly, the GPS proved that Brianna's mother, Carissa, had been telling the truth. The GPS showed that while Brianna had gotten close to her mother's residence, she had not driven there. It also showed that on her final trip to Alabama, she'd spent almost 20 minutes on an out-of-the-way dirt road and wasn't far from the cemetery where Brianna's grandmother was buried. Obviously, police wanted to know why and assembled a search team consisting of police, medical professionals, and dogs to go and search just outside Linden, Alabama for themselves. The area was divided into quadrants to be excavated and sifted through. While a cadaver dog searched the area, it didn't take long for the investigators to uncover some tragic results. Partially buried in a shallow grave, police found a trash bag wrapped in a shower curtain containing a children's t-shirt covered in decomposition stains. But it was about to get worse. Just yards away, the first bones and and bone fragments were found. Most of the skull was found a short distance away, along with a clump of human hair that might have been Taylor's. The remains had been scattered and seriously damaged by animal activity. As a result, police were only able to recover a small portion of what they suspected to be Taylor's body. However, they would have to wait on DNA testing to prove it, since the remains were almost completely skeletal. Police were pretty sure about how the body came to be in Alabama, but the only person who could confirm their theory was Brianna, and she remained in critical condition. A search of Brianna's quarters on the Navy base led investigators to believe that Brianna had ingested laundry detergent. Once they knew what they were treating her for, doctors were able to more effectively intervene and saved Brianna's life. Once she was discharged from the hospital, she was brought back to the police station and given one more chance to tell her side of the story.
Right here. Do you drink coffee or anything? You want coffee? Soda, water? Nothing? Okay.
Just like before, Brianna quickly made herself as comfortable as possible and appeared to try to go to sleep. This time, though, she only had to wait about 20 minutes before detectives came in to talk with her.
Brianna? Good morning. I need you to sit up and I'm going to go over some paperwork again, okay? Then I'm going to go over the rest of your rights with you, okay? And I want you to just acknowledge that you understand. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. You understand that? I'm going to need a yes or no, okay? Is that a yes? Okay.
The detectives advised Brianna of the rest of her rights once again.
Hey, Brianna, did the nurse assist you with your throat issue that you were telling me about at the hospital?
A little bit. Does it feel better today? Not complete. Are you normally just quiet all the time, just real low key, don't do a lot of talking? I am too. I'm kind of shy. Can you tell? Can you tell? First, we need to have a good conversation, so I'm gonna need you to sit up from that thing over there and stop leaning on that wall and talk to me, okay? Look at me when I'm talking. We've had an investigation going on for a while. Our investigation has led us to some things in Alabama, okay? And what we need to do today with you is we need to talk about what's going on out there. Now, where in Alabama are you from? Are you from Alabama? Is that a yes? You got to say yes or no to me, okay? I can't have head dialogues and we can't have misunderstanding. Are you from Alabama?
I don't want to talk.
You don't want to talk? Okay. You're tired? You don't want to talk? So you don't want to talk to the police at all? Okay.
With that anticlimactic end to the interview, Brianna followed her pattern of behavior throughout the case and went back to sleep. Ultimately, police didn't need Brianna's cooperation in order to answer their remaining questions. 4 days after this failed attempt to speak with Brianna, on November 25th, DNA testing proved the remains found in the Alabama woods belonged to Taylor. As a result, Brianna was now facing charges of murder. Due to the poor condition of the remains and the fact that the searchers were only able to recover about 10% of Taylor's skeleton, it was impossible to determine a cause of death. However, analysis of her tooth enamel and skull showed evidence of serious malnutrition. They also couldn't provide an exact time of death and were only able to say that the little girl had passed anywhere from several weeks to several months ago, between May and November 2019. Given that the rate of decomposition is dependent on the size of the human and environmental factors, decomposition can start as early as 24 hours after death or as late as 72 hours after death. In conditions where the body isn't exposed to the sun and is in a climate-controlled environment, it would take at least 4 weeks for the body to begin to skeletonize. In this particular case, Taylor was a small, malnourished child and covered with a plastic shower curtain. This would slow down the rate of decomposition by locking in moisture and protecting the remains from bugs and direct sunlight. The issue of knowing the rate of decomposition in this case is the variable of animal activity, which could expose the remains to the elements at different rates. If her remains had no indication of animal activity, were wrapped in plastic and placed in the shallow grave shortly after time of death, it could take over 30 days to begin to see skeletonization. It's a very real possibility that the little girl starved to death, locked in a closet by her mother and left to waste away in filth. The reason for the stains on the closet walls would remain a mystery, though, without a determined cause of death. In September 2022, Brianna pled guilty to second-degree murder. Though her attorney repeatedly requested she face a reduced sentence due to her exemplary military record, she was sentenced to life in prison. Though her incarceration will do nothing to bring her daughter back, at least justice for the innocent little girl was served.